Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a short video today about Turo, and anybody who is getting into the auto rental industry. The easiest way is to get in through Turo, I would say. But I've recently got a few questions, and the two main questions that come up a lot are, uh, what kind of cars do you start off with? And what would separate you from a the other hosts in a saturated market, right? And these questions are very easy to answer, but uh, you know, it's really quite simple. So I will start off with, what cars do you start off with? And the easiest answer for that is whatever you can get, right? Whatever you can. If you already have let's just say you have a 2015 Ford Fusion, right? If you have that lying around, or that's something cheap, it's about, you can get them for like $4,000 now, and if it's under 130,000 miles and mechanically it's sound and it checks out, start with that. If that's all you have money for, if you don't have the credit. But economy cars like that, Toyota Corollas, um, RAV4s, things like that. Start off with those vehicles, right? They're less money up front and they are pretty reliable. But what I started off with, and I'll give you what I started off with, and I'll also give you why I'm doing this way. I started off with a 2019 GMC Yukon Denali, as well as a Toyota Highlander and a Dodge Durango. Okay, they're all three SUVs, and they are all seven-seater SUVs. So, um, I watch a lot of Tony's luxury car rentals. He's on YouTube. Make sure you check him out. If not, I'll plug him in the description. He's had nightmare stories from renting, you know, the the cars pretty much, and the main cars would be the Challengers, the Chargers, and his many other vehicles that he used to have as cars, right? And a lot of horror stories, right? And then he ended up switching his business model to the SUVs only. And now he's up to 24 cars. And he just recently did a video. And in that video, he shows how much income he made for 2025. And it's the most he's ever made. So right then and there, that clicked with me. I said, let me skip out on the cars that I would want to drive, I guess, in that case. And let's start with third row SUVs. It's more for families. You're going to be more family oriented when you buy it. Um, it's less likely to be super dirty. And um, it's just a different kind of customer that rents those vehicles. So, when I started back in November, that's what I did. And, the next day, like, I bought the Toyota Highlander. I just took delivery of it. I took delivery of it one day, and by the next morning, it was already out uh, for somebody to rent. So, SUVs are great, right? Start off with the SUV if you can, and if you can start off with a specific SUV, I would start off with a seven-seater. And so that's going to give you the SUVs like the Chevy Tahoes, Suburbans, Denalis, Yukons, Cadillacs, uh, etc. Right? Toyota Highlanders. They're small. It's packed it back there, but it is a third row SUV. And I would say start off with those vehicles if you can, and if you're financially able to, and your credit's right, definitely do that. Right? So those were the vehicles that I would start off with. The second question that I get a lot is, what would separate you as a host um, in a saturated market, right? So if you are in a saturated market like I am, I'm in Boston, okay? Um, there's a lot of hosts. The number one thing you're going to have to do is get to all-star host status. And what that is after you rent your vehicles to somebody, when they check out, they have to rate you. And it's best that you get 5 stars every single time. And if you get enough 5 stars and then your ratings, they do a review of your account and they can boost you to all-star host status. And what that does is basically puts you above the rest of everybody. Okay, and basically like a boost in the algorithm for you and your business. So you'll get priority when people are looking, and also too you get the all-star host badge, which people are going to trust you more, et cetera, right? So in order to get to that, you need to make sure that your communication is right, right? You need to make sure if I was traveling to your city and I was just getting off the plane, you need to have the step-by-step directions to get to the Turo parking or to get to wherever your car is parked. You need to have it step by step and you need to say it as if you're describing it to a fourth grader, right? Okay. So communication and also cleanliness. Make sure your exterior is clean. Make sure there's no, I mean, I live in Boston, so there's snow. So driving up there, if it's snowing, then guess what? There's going to be a lot of snow and salt on it. You have to wipe that down. Wipe it down. Make it look nice. Um, Also, that interior. Make sure the interior is correct. Make sure it smells good. Make sure it's vacuumed nice. Make sure there's no little white dots everywhere. Make sure it's in pristine condition, right? Because people are paying to rent your vehicle, right? So you want to give them the best experience possible. Um, Also, to make sure after every trip, if you can, because some trips are booked back to back, but if you can, double check all the fluids. Make sure you're checking everything mechanical, because if your car goes out and let's just say the trunk doesn't work, a lot of these cars have a lot of technology now where you just press a button. If the trunk doesn't work, or if, a door doesn't latch, whatever it is, people will, when it's time to check out, they will give you, you know, uh, it could be a low rating, a mid rating, but they won't give you the best rating. And you want to strive for the best every single time. And make sure you're keeping communication. These people, if they have anything that pops up, if you can take care of that immediately, that's the difference between getting a 1 star rating and a 5 or a 4 star rating, right? Because let's just say, hey, somebody says, hey, the back light bulb went out. I just want to let you know so I don't get charged, blah, blah, blah. You must reply. Just reply and ease their anxiety, because people just don't want to get charged. That's it. And if you ease their anxiety, you'll reply to them fast. You will reply to them respectfully. Trust me, they're going to rate you a 5 regardless. Okay. So, um, communication, cleanliness, and just making sure that you check everything out mechanically, and that's going to get you to the 5 star, which will which will separate you from all the other hosts in a saturated market. Okay, I know one of the things I did, I look at other hosts and around in the city, and their reviews are, they're mediocre. They'll have a 3 star review for their car that's a piece of junk. They might have not have taken care of it mechanically and just let it go out and rent to whoever. And so, you want to separate yourself in that sense. Okay. So that's all I have for today. If you are thinking about starting an auto rental company, or if you're thinking about hopping on Turo, I would say 100% do it, especially as if it's just like something you can kind of do on the side. It's not completely passive. You will have to, take it to a car wash. I wash all my cars and I vacuum all my cars. I only have 3. I will be having another one coming in a few weeks. So I do all this myself. It doesn't take a long time. So, but if you're thinking about doing it, definitely do it. And if you're thinking about doing it, do your research. And also, if you're thinking about doing it, you can email me at ironhawkgroup@gmail.com. Um, and let's get to it. Let's do it. It's 2026. I wish all of you the best of luck. Peace.